Are you tired of playing Mirage and Dust 2 over and over again? Do you hate feeling lost in maps that are slightly more complex than Dust 2? Do you want to relearn the same smoke lineups again for a third time now? Then we've got the perfect map for you. Introducing Cache, the best map in Counter-Strike. That's right, Cache is the best map in the game and... oh wait, what the heck? Hold on. There we go. Cache is the best map in the game and takes place in Ukraine near the Chernobyl power plant, and clearly has had an effect on some of its players.
Guys, which one of SpongeBob's holes do you think is the tightest?
So first, let's learn some background history on Cache and learn why it's taken so long to finally come out. Cache was created by Volcano and was originally released with Counter-Strike Source all the way back in 2011. With the release of CSGO in August 2012, Cache was very quickly ported over in less than 3 short months. This was a very old version of Cache that a lot of people, and even many CSGO players, may not even know existed. Thankfully though, only half a year later, Cache was remade entirely from the ground up by FMPwn into the most familiar version we all know, and quite possibly, the best Counter-Strike map to date. A year later when Operation Breakout launched, Cache became an official map and was added to the active duty map pool, and was actually the first ever community-created map to do so. However, Counter-Strike players, which are notorious for wanting change, thought there was something off with their favorite map and thought it could be just a bit better. So, inspired by Valve's overhaul for Dust 2 in 2017, FMPwn thought he could pull off something similar. So, one random day in April of 2018, he tweeted out a very suspicious screenshot of Cache with a simple checkmark on CT spawn. People very quickly pieced together what he was hinting at, and that he was making a new version of the map. And of course, several people warned him very early on against doing so. Needless to say, he plunged on. A year later in September 2019, the new reworked map was finally revealed to the public. Just like most Going Green initiatives, this wasn't welcomed by the public. This new green version felt more like a jungle than a gray, drab, abandoned Chernobyl that nearly other video game has gotten correct. Not to mention, aside from aesthetics, there were also major changes to the map that affected gameplay as well. The window in mid, for one, was a bit tricky for most players to get used to.
Okay. I just got mollied.
With the release of Counter-Strike 2 in September of 2023, after the new coat of paint wore off, most people longed for something more, and a lot still reminisced over fond memories of their favorite, but absent map. After a painful 1.5-year wait later, in March 2025, FMPwn finally released yet another version of Cache, this time updated for Source 2. And for some reason, still didn't learn his lesson on the feedback from the last map.
What the hell is even that?
After waiting over a year and a half and seeing this hilariously subdivided substance, Valve finally said,
"Fine. I'll do it myself."
Less than 2 months later, Valve purchased the rights to the map from FMPwn. Obviously, this wasn't because of how much money they were licensing the map for before, and clearly isn't similar to how they're cutting money from skin creators with the Armory system. Despite that, whatever they're feeding the map makers over at Valve these days obviously works, because less than 1 year later,
It's back!
I heard, Peter! I heard!
Kids, it's happening! Get your coats! This is what we practiced for!
I love you, Dad!
I love you too, sweetheart! None of the past matters!
Thankfully though, this new version of Cache is based off the old version we all know and loved. And now we've gone full circle and convinced ourselves that the old one was actually good, despite people's complaints at the time. Despite the similar layout, there are still tons of new additions and decorations to be found on this map.
Ah, fuck you! Who the fuck put a pipe there? Fuck you, Valve!
Cache's layout is probably the most simple design of any map, even more so than Dust 2, and is the final form and evolution of Counter-Strike maps before we're all just stuck in an empty square box somewhere. It features very flat terrain and a few elevated power positions that can easily be countered. Sporting a classic 3-lane layout, you have mid, A, and B. In mid, off to the side, you have the classic boost for Ts to get a nice peek and warm up their toes when they're cold. Mid boost is proof that men can indeed communicate without talking. You also have vent, which can be shot out for a fast panic rotate to B when your first two teammates get their shit blown smooth off by the op and connector. However, just be careful of the windows in mid. Despite not breaking when shot, they're paper thin and very easy to shoot through. Because of how strong mid is, and how close it is to highway, it's very common to have two CTs defending it. If you make your way up highway, or take the shorter route through A main, you'll find yourself at A site. On A site, you have a CT who thinks he's sneaky in the back of quad, despite everyone very clearly knowing he's there, and a guaranteed operate truck that will always hit the first player out. Now, the power position on A site is for Ts to plant here in the open and fall back to A main. This forces the CTs to defuse in the open with no cover. However, this still won't stop your team from peeking one at a time in post plant and losing the round.
He's out. Whoa!
Making our way over to B site now, we have— yo, who the hell approved of this visibility? Like, you really fixed it for heaven finally, but what is this? Come on, you can practically just sit in the open here now. However, if you actually want to be a man, you can play aggressively up front in checkers. Just be mindful of that vent beside you. Pit is also another position you can play on CT side.
He's bit with a fucking 5-7.
Now, as T, most will panic and plant here to be safe from heaven. However, the power position is to molly or smoke off heaven and plant here instead, and then fall back to B main, once again forcing the CTs to defuse in the open. Now, a few keen-eyed people may have noticed a distinct lack of graffiti on B site. This of course aligns with the fact that Valve is backtracking their stance on graffitis in general because of just how many people are begging for a graffiti for every single little play, when in reality, there's only one play in history that's ever really needed a nod to it. For those of you who haven't had much of a chance to play Cash back in CSGO, Cash has a very casual player base due to how simple the design is and how easy it is to queue for it non-stop. However, there's still just enough sweats to make you say fuck this and go back to Mirage.
I don't know the layout of this map.
It's fucking Cash. The fuck do you mean?
Green, start moving, or I'm gonna fuck your dad.
I just did.
Fuck this map.
It's been out
Yeah,
for
I
like
hate this
12
map.
hours.
I want it out. I want it out of the game. Get it out of the game. Do you hear the birds, Purple? I hear birds.
still?
They're coming, Purple.
Think to me.
Nice, one more.
How does he know these things?
Nice.
Oh no.
He's farther away than I am. How
Last
the fuck do you know they're there? This dude's weird, but he's giving me A+ callouts, so fuck it, I don't care.
Can I masturbate?
Only if you take a blinker.
Okay.
Whoa, do you guys see that? That wasn't in the original map. It's fucking crazy, dude. Ah, I made you look.
Oh, you're a fuck. I
Oh,
can
shit.
kill you right now.
It's telling me that my Mercury is in retrograde.
Oh, how you doing?
Let me see that penis.
You ain't seeing my penis, sir. That's
Hey.
mine.
Hey guys.
Shut
the fuck up!
Oh, give him a fucking graffiti, bro. Oh, his no scope.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah!
Yeah, I don't think it's the radiation on the map. I think Counter-Strike players are just all this unhinged. So, that's all there is to playing Cash. Subscribe and tune in next time as I show you how to use the Nova, and comment down below which guide you'd like to see next. Oh, and remember, hope you guys are glad Cash is finally here, because now you're stuck playing this map forever.